Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Quincy Wilson in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
Snap comes at 1. And now Breeze. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Shotgun now for Breeze. On the crossing route, complete. That's Thomas. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check. 13.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
11. Hey, two. Got it. 21.
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Got it.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, it's Breeze. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
But enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Got it! Hey, two.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a carry from Mack. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck going for the deep ball. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here, and they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Pernell McPhee with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
21.
From the gun, it's Breeze. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Help me out, partner. Was that incomplete?
That was on a deep ball to Dez.
And that's a surprise. The way he attacks the football in the air, it's always surprising to me when he doesn't complete a pass like that.
11. Got it. Hey, two. Over.
On third and long, it's Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 19 on third and 18, and that'll move the chains. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on 3rd and goal.
Got it.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
They might think about going for it here, but it's still just the 2nd quarter. Take the 3 points, tell the defense you believe in them, and let them get the ball back for you.
Here we go. 36. 11. 21.
They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Gave up 6 points going the other way.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. A beautiful spin and room to run. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Hey, yellow lady.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Here's Locke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards the pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now Mack. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd down, here's Locke. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Luck. That's complete, right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On second down, here's Breeze. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Breeze now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Ready? You ready? Watch 10. Got it! You gonna see me in your nightmare, son! You gonna... Ready? What's that?
On play action, it's Breeze. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Play action, Breeze. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And another timeout taken by the Colts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Breeze. Looking here for Smith downfield. It's caught at the 10. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. The final shot before half for Breeze. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
On second down, Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Breeze on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
12.
To throw on second down is Locke. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Locke. And he connects with Ebron. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Luck on 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force him into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
And his kick here is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Now Breeze on the bootleg. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Now Breeze lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Got it.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run. And just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to fire one deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 49. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. 44 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Extra point splits the uprights. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On.
They'll run with Mack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Colts on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Matt. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And his kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
36. Got it. Motion.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Got it. 12. 11.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 42. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Hurry!
Staying on the ground with Mack. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere. Forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. That almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Complete to Bryant. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And Cook has it, left side. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Breeze now on first down. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Again, it's Breeze. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Breeze going to come up here, first and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now, Breeze again. And that is incomplete here. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it's second down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Saints on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Breeze to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cook. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.